This is Alex Thorne, Thrive in Chaos, Tuesday, June 30th. Today's pulse reads 72 out of 100, down 3 points from the last reading. Phase orange. Talks resumed, trust remained thin. Signal 1, Doha. U.S. negotiators are heading to Qatar. Renewed Iran talks after attacks strained the Hormuz ceasefire. The key signal here is a diplomatic restart under pressure, not a resolution. Restarts and resolutions read the same in a headline, they are not the same in a shipping contract. Second order effect, markets may treat the talks as relief. Shipping firms will not, they will wait for operational proof. Vessel counts, not statements. Insurers move even slower than shipping firms. Because a war risk premium, once added, takes longer to remove than it took to apply. Signal 2. Oil. Brent traded near $73. Analysts cut their 2026 forecasts after the Hormuz route reopened and supply fears eased. Energy panic is fading, and that is the meaningful part. A month ago the conversation was about shortage. Today it is about price. The risk is shifting, not shortage anymore. Oversupply and weak demand underneath it. That is a different kind of pressure. It moves slower and it shows up first in producer balance sheets, not at the pump. Signal 3, LNG. Shell said the Hormuz disruption stalled 2026 LNG trade, even with long-term demand still expected to rise. The oil shock is easing faster than the gas shock. Oil reroutes easily, LNG infrastructure does not. Long-term contracts and fixed terminals mean disruption lingers well after the headline risk has cooled. That keeps Asia and Europe exposed to the same maritime route instability, just in a slower moving form. Watch the gap between oil sentiment and gas sentiment. That gap is where the next signal usually surfaces. Pattern of the day. The system is moving from escalation to verification. Talks can restart, oil can fall, LNG can stay constrained, all three, at once. That is not a contradiction. That is what a fragmented system looks like while it is stabilizing in some channels and remaining stuck in others. The question is no longer whether the system works today. It is whether the system can be trusted tomorrow. Watch next. Track the Doha talks, Hormuz tank accounts, Brent below 72, and LNG shipment delays. If this week produces no operational timetable, the pulse can return toward 75 to 77. Recommendations. Individuals, keep fuel, travel, and utility budgets flexible for the next 30 days. Business, review shipping, insurance, and supplier exposure to Gulf routes this week. Capital, avoid treating lower oil as full de-risking until vessel counts and LNG flows normalize. Stability close. None of this requires a reaction today, it requires attention this week. What is in your control? Your own exposure, your own budget, your own supply lines. Adjust those. What is not in your control? Whether Doha produces a result. Watch that, do not manage it. That was the Daily Pulse. Full weekly analysis in the Week 26 Pro brief on Patreon. Signal over noise. This is Thrive in Chaos.